Hey guys, welcome to another CKF Foundation Java video. My name is Aditya Anand, and today we're going to go look over some while loop practice problems. So let's get started. So our first problem is we're going to make a countdown. So we need to set a number for the countdown to start with, and each time it iterates over the while loop, it will decrease by 1 and it'll stop when the number is equal to 0. So let's start off by making our variable. So our variable needs to be an integer, so we'll type out int and we can name our variable a number. For now, we'll just set this to 5. Next, we can start our while loop, and in these parentheses, we can put our condition. So our condition would be number is greater than or equal to 0. And then our brackets. So basically what this is telling the computer is that whatever is in this while loop, it'll run until the number is equal to 0. So inside the while loop, first we can print out the variable number. So each time it runs, it'll print out what the number is equal to. Next, we can just decrease number by 1, and we can just do this by putting 2 minus marks. So what this will do is each time it goes through, it'll print out the number and it will decrease it by 1, and it'll do this until the number reaches 0. So after this, we can just print out times up. And make sure this line is outside of the while loop, or each time the number decreases, it'll print out this as well. So let's run this. So as you can see, this variable is 5, so the code started at 5, and each time it printed out the number and it subtracted 1. So you can see it goes from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and when it reaches 0, the while loop stops and it prints out this line and says time's up. Okay. Now let's go on to our second practice problem. So this practice problem is a bit more complicated and uses the scanner object, but you guys don't need to worry about that. So first, let's just initialize a scanner object. You guys don't need to worry about this too much, but this is just for the input from the user. Okay, so now let's start. So first, what we're doing in this practice problem is we're going to make a guessing game. So there's going to be a number to guess, and the user is going to input a guess, and based on that, we're going to say if the guess is too low, too high, or if the user guessed the number. We're also going to keep track of the number of guesses, so we can tell the user how much guesses it took them to find the number. So our first variable would be the number to guess, and we can just set this to like 75. And then we can just initialize the two other variables. One would be the user guess, so what the user guesses. You can just set that to 0. And the other one would be number of guesses. Okay. So after this, we can start the while loop. So in the parentheses, we would put while user guess is not equal to the number to guess. So basically what this is saying is while the user guess is incorrect. So this exclamation mark and equals to basically represents not equal to. So while the user guess is not equal to the number to guess, the code in this will run. And before this while loop, we'll just print out some directions for the user. So we'll just say guess a number between 1 and 100. Okay. So inside this this while loop, the first thing we need to do is actually get the guess from the user. So we can do this by using scanner object, and you would just put scanner.next int and then open and close parentheses. After this, so each time the user guesses, we would just increase the number of guesses by 1, and we would just put number of guesses, and we put 2 pluses. Okay, after this, we need to check if the user guess is greater than or less than or equal to the number to guess. So first, we can use if-else statement to check. So first, we would put if, and in parentheses, we would put if the user guess is less than the number to guess. And we would put brackets, and we would just print out that the guess was too low. Now we can just put else if. So we can put else if the user guess is, or if the user guess is greater than this time, if it's greater than the number to guess, then we can just print out that the guess was too high. Lastly, we can just put else, because we know that if the user guess isn't less than or greater than the number to guess, then we know that the user has guessed right. So we can just put else, and we can put a short like victory message. Okay. So after this, we can come out of the while loop, and now we can print out how much guesses it took the user to actually guess a number. So we can type it took you and space, and then we can add the variable number of guesses, and then we can put guesses to find the number. So this would say it took you, and then however many guesses it took them, and then guesses to find the number. And make sure to have these spaces here so it formats right. Okay. So let's try this. Okay, so the code is asking guess a number from between 1 and 100, and we can just type 84, for example. And because 84 is greater than the number to guess, the code would print out this line over here. So now let's try 65, and because this number is less than the number to guess, it would print out too low, guess again. Now let's try typing 75, and it says congratulations, you guessed the number. And because we had 3 guesses, the code would print out it took you 3 guesses to find the number. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something from this video.